A very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to study the physiology MCQ part. Glands are classified depending upon their mode of secretion. Sebaceous gland is an example of which type of gland? It is a holocrine type of gland. Sebaceous gland is a holocrine type of gland. The other types of gland are apocrine gland, eccrine gland, paracrine gland, holocrine gland. So the correct option here is holocrine gland. Glands are classified depending upon their mode of secretion. Sebaceous gland is an example of which type of gland? It is a holocrine type of gland. Sebaceous gland are holocrine gland. Holocrine gland are those in which the cells, after filling the secretory with secretory product, dies and is expelled along with its content. Eccrine glands are those in which the secretory product is expelled by exocytosis. Example: sweat. Glands involved in thermoregulation and receiving cholinergic sympathetic innervation. They are eccrine glands. Then apocrine glands. Apocrine glands are those in which the secretory product accumulates in the apical cytoplasm and is expelled out by pinching of the apical plasma membrane. Example: mammary gland and apocrine gland type of sweat glands that are active after puberty and are found in skin of axilla. Skin of axilla. So the correct answer here is holocrine gland. Ruffini end organ is associated with sensation of A. Sustained pressure, B. Heat, C. Touch, D. None of the above. Ruffini end organ is associated with sensation of A. Sustained pressure. Meissner corpuscles are dendrites encapsulated in connective tissue and respond to changes in texture and slow vibration. Merkel cells are expanded dendritic endings. They respond to sustained pressure and touch. Ruffini corpuscles are enlarged dendritic ends with elongated capsule. They respond to sustained pressure. So the correct option here is sustained pressure. Now, which of the following statement is regarding lower esophageal sphincter is true? A. It has no tonic activity. B. It has a tone which is provided by sympathetic system. C. Relaxes on increasing the abdominal pressure. D. Relaxes ahead of peristaltic wave. Peristaltic wave. So the correct option here is D. Relaxes ahead of peristaltic wave. What happens during swallowing when the peristaltic wave sweeps down the esophagus? The gastroesophageal sphincter relaxes so that the bolus of food can pass into stomach. Distance of lower esophageal sphincter from the upper incisor is 37.5 cm. The lower esophageal sphincter is tonically active but relaxes on swallowing. This tonic activity of lower esophageal sphincter between meals prevent reflux of gastric contents into esophagus. Its tone is under neural control by parasympathetic nervous system. Contraction of LES is caused by the release of acetylcholine from the vagus and release of NO and VIP from the interneuron innervated by other vagal fibers causes it to relax. So the correct option here is D. Relaxes ahead of peristaltic wave. Depressor reflex, Bajol-Jarisch reflex produced by which stimulus? Depressor reflex, Bajol-Jarisch reflex produced by which stimulus? It is The correct option here is ventricular distension. Ventricular distension can produce a powerful depressor reflex called Bejal-Jerisch reflex. Vagal efferent of this cardiopulmonary reflex are also activated by chemical stimulation. Example, prostanoids, cytokinins, serotonin, and classically veratrum-alkaloids. The central connections for the reflex are in the nucleus tractus solitary, which has both sympathetic and parasympathetic synapses. Direct Fick method of measuring cardiac output requires estimation of A. Oxygen content of arterial blood, B. Oxygen consumption per unit time, C. Arteriovenous oxygen difference, D. All of the above. Direct Fick method and indicator dilution method are used for measuring the cardiac output. The Fick principle states that the amount of substance taken up by an organ or by whole body per unit of time is equal to arterial level of substance minus the venous difference times the blood flow, both arterial and mixed venous blood, which is equal to pulmonary artery, must be sampled in this method. The principle can be used to determine the cardiac output by measuring the amount of oxygen consumed by body in a given period and dividing this value by EV difference across the lung. So the correct option here is D. Primitive red cells first originate in the early embryonic life is in A. Liver, B. Yolk sac, C. Bone marrow, D. spleen. Correct answer here is B. Yolk sac. During embryogenesis, hematopoiesis occurs in extraembryonic yolk sac, the fetal liver, the thymus, and the preterm marrow. The origin of hematopoietic cell is closely related to gastrulation, the formation of mesoderm cells, and to the emergence of endothelial lineage. Hematopoiesis is first established soon after implantation of blastocyst, with the appearance of primitive erythroid cells in the blood, islands of egg sac, beginning at day 18 of gestation. Primitive red cells derived from yolk sac constitute a distinct transient erythroid lineage that differs from definitive red cells but subsequently mature in the fetal liver and marrow. The nucleus involved in Papage circuit is nucleus involved in Papage circuit is anterior nucleus of thalamus. So the correct option here is D. Anterior nucleus of thalamus. Broca's area is associated with words formation. Wernicke's area is the site of integration. Okay. And Broca's area is the motor part of speech. Broca's area is concerned with word formation. Solubility stability of alveoli is maintained by A. Lung compliance, B. Negative intrapleural pressure, C. Increase in alveolar surface area by surfactant, D. Residual air in alveoli. The correct answer here is increase in alveolar surface area by surfactant. Pancreatic juice rich in water and electrolyte, poor in enzyme is secreted in response to C. Secretin. Small intestinal peristalsis is controlled by A. Mesenteric plexus, B. Mesenteric plexus, C. Vagus nerve, D. Parasympathetic system. The correct option here is A. Mesenteric plexus. Ovarian reserve is best indicated by A. LH, B. FSH, C. LH by FSH ratio, D. Estrogen. The correct option here is B. FSH. Which one of these is not a part of Extracellular matrix. Integrins. Integrins is not a part of extracellular matrix. Extracellular matrix protein are collagen, elastin, fibrillin, fibroconnectin, laminin, and proteoglycan. So the correct option here is C, integrin. All of the following occur in mitochondria. Citric acid cycle, yes, it occurs in the mitochondria. Fatty acid oxidation, electron transport chain, except glycogenolysis. B. QRS complex is due to QRS complex is due to A. Ventricular repolarization, B. Atrial depolarization, C. Conduction through AV node, D. Ventricular depolarization. So the correct option here is D. Ventricular depolarization. Maximum amniotic fluid occurs at, we all know it is 36 weeks. Aortic valve closure corresponds to beginning of. Aortic valve closure corresponds to beginning of A. Systole, B. Parasystole, C. Isovolumetric relaxation, D. Isovolumetric contraction. The correct answer here is C. Isovolumetric relaxation. Cardiac physiologic changes in leukocyte physiologic changes in leukocyte numbers in pregnancy is A. Neutrophilic leukocytosis. Coronary blood flow is maximum during which phase of cardiac cycle? A. Isovolumetric relaxation phase, B. Isovolumic contraction phase, C. Ejection phase, D. Isovolumic contraction phase. Correct answer here is isovolumic relaxation phase. Shivering is controlled by Shivering is controlled by A. Dorsomedial nucleus, B. Posterior hypothalamus, C. Perifornical nucleus, D. Lateral hypothalamus area. The correct option here is posterior hypothalamus. Shivering is a bodily function in response to early hypothermia in warm-blooded animals. When the core body temperature drops, the shivering reflex is triggered to maintain homeostasis. Muscle groups around the vital organs begin to shake in small movements in an attempt to create warmth by expending energy. Shivering can be a response to fever, as a person may feel cold, though their core temperature is already elevated. Located in the posterior hypothalamus near the wall of third ventricle is an area called primary motor center for shivering. This area is normally inhibited by signals from heat center in anterior hypothalamus, preoptic area, but is excited by cold signals. So the correct option is B. Sleep center is located in hypothalamus. Sleep center is located in hypothalamus. Correct option is C. Aromatase produces estrogen from Aromatase produces estrogen from A. Progesterone, B. Cortisol, C. Aldosterone, D. Androgen. Correct option here is D. Androgen. Weber-Fechner law is related to Weber-Fechner law is related to C. Intensity of stimulus and sensation felt. Cells most sensitive to hypoxia are it are neurons. Beta-2 transferrin is found in D. CSF. So let us quickly revise all the MCQs in one go. Glands are classified depending upon their mode of secretion. Sebaceous gland is an example of which type of following glands? It is holocrine gland. C. Ruffini end organ is associated with sensation of A. Sustained pressure. Which of the following statement regarding lower esophageal sphincter is true? It relaxes the head of peristaltic valve. Depressor reflex, Bajor reflex, produced by which of the following? It is ventricular distension. Direct quick method of measuring cardiac output requires A. Oxygen content of arterial blood, B. Oxygen consumption per unit time, C. arteriovenous oxygen difference, D. all of them. Primitive red cells first originate in the early embryonic life in the yolk sac. The nucleus involved in Papaya circuit is anterior nucleus of thalamus. Broca's area is concerned with word formation. Stability of alveoli is maintained by increase in alveolar surface by surfactant. Pancreatic juice rich in water and glycogen enzyme is secreted in response to secretin. Small intestinal peristalsis is controlled by myenteric plexus. Ovarian reserve is indicated by FSH. Which of the following is not a part of extracellular matrix integrins? All of the following occur in mitochondria except B. Glycogenesis. Genolysis. QRS complex is associated with ventricular depolarization. Maximum amniotic fluid is seen in 36 weeks. Aortic valve closure corresponds to beginning of isovolumetric relaxation. Physiologic change in leukocyte number and pregnancy is neutrophilic leukocytosis. Coronary blood flow is maximum during which phase of cardiac cycle? It is isometric relaxation phase. Shivering is controlled by lateral hypothalamus. Posterior hypothalamus. Sleep center is located in hypothalamus. Aromatase produced estrogen from androgen. Weber-Fetch law is related to intensity of stimulus. Cells most sensitive to hypoxia is B neurons. Beta-2 transferrin is found in CSF.